She said it like a challenge, her tone casual, as if proposing what to have for dinner. "We need to open our marriage," she declared, barefoot in the living room. Then, with zero hesitation, she nodded toward my brother sitting smugly on our couch. And I already picked my first partner. Her eyes dared me to react. "You can watch or walk away." So I left. But not in the way she expected. We'd met in college. She was electric, chaotic, radiant. I was the calm one, the planner, the guy who played chess while others played checkers. She used to say I made her feel safe. I believed her. 7 years we spent together, braving unemployment, health scares, her father's stroke. I was the one holding her hand in ER hallways, selling my bike to fund her grad school dreams. I learned the language of her body, the tiny tremors in her hands when she was telling the truth. But that night? No trembling. She'd told herself the lie enough times to speak it like gospel. When I shut the door behind me, it wasn't with rage. I didn't yell or break things. That would have been predictable. I drove 5 miles, parked, and started dismantling everything I had helped build. The quiet was intentional. The distance? Calculated. I changed passwords, transferred money into a private account, liquidated assets she didn't even know I had, froze everything with our names on it. By midnight, I was in a hotel room. By sunrise, my attorney had everything he needed. That's the thing about betrayal. It doesn't weaken you. It clarifies you. For 5 days, I vanished. No calls. No emails. My phone was off. GPS disabled. But I wasn't blind. Months before, I'd installed cameras in our home for security. Now they served another purpose. They thought I'd crumble. They assumed I'd stay silent. I watched them sip wine in our kitchen. Saw her in the honeymoon shirt I'd bought. Watched him move through our home like it was always his. I took screenshots. Saved footage. Built a case. On the 5th day, her mother called me in tears. Something had happened. She was in intensive care. They didn't know if she'd pull through. My voice didn't falter. What happened? She was home. With someone. My brother. Drinking. She'd slipped. Cracked her head on the marble countertop. Silence. She was screaming your name, her mother whispered, before she collapsed. That was when I smiled, for the first time in days. The hospital room was cold, sterile. She lay motionless, intubated. My brother stood nearby, pale and shaking. He opened his mouth to speak. I ignored him. I leaned close and whispered into her ear. "Is this the new life you wanted?" She didn't move. Neither did I. She lived. Barely. But the damage was permanent. In every way that mattered. I gave her time. Time to recover. Time to realize I was gone. Time to sit in the ruins of the life she'd poisoned. Then I struck. First financially. She tried to access our accounts, frozen. Credit cards, declined. The lease? Renegotiated under my name only. A letter arrived by courier. Divorce papers. Grounds, adultery. Attached. Videos, timestamps, itemized purchases, groceries, motels, lingerie. All bought with shared funds. My attorney called it marital waste. Hers? Devastation. Next, I went public. No explanations. No justifications. Just the truth, cold and documented. I sent the footage to both families. Her parents were shattered. Mine, crushed. Her mother called me again and again, sobbing apologies. Her father mailed a letter. It ended simply. "You didn't deserve this." Then came the final move. My brother worked at a startup with a strict ethics code. I sent an anonymous tip. Included the footage. A forged invoice showing he'd misused company resources for personal gain. They fired him within a week. Turns out, when you sleep with your brother's wife, on tape, in a home bought with stolen assets, your employer notices. He found me at the hotel. Eyes red, voice desperate. "I didn't mean for it to go this far," he stammered. "She said you were cold. That you weren't enough." "I wasn't cold," I replied. "I was calculated." And I shut the door in his face. She reached out weeks later, not to say sorry. Not really. Just a voicemail. "You hurt me disappearing like that," she said. "It broke me." I played it twice. Deleted it. No response. I moved cities. New job. New life. I don't talk about them anymore. Not because it still hurts, but because it doesn't. And that's what they never expected. They thought I'd go down with them. Instead, I left the blaze behind and let them burn in it. I learned that silence speaks louder than rage. That walking away, without a sound, leaves the deepest echo. Revenge doesn't always need to roar. Sometimes it just needs to whisper. And make sure everyone is watching.